Well, greetings. Proposal Buster is a radically new approach to building emergency response, development, or disaster risk reduction proposals. It uses an intuitive approach to developing multi-sector proposals using drop-down menus. Buster gives you the benefit of drawing on tried and tested specialist content. Rapid proposal drafting will allow you more time to contextualize your project, innovate, and make it a winner. A combination of over 100,000 data nodes and a growing content will ensure that each proposal is unique to your context and built on best practice. This video is going to show you how to make use of over 15 years of development experience in just 10 minutes. Enjoy the ride. Now, once you've downloaded your Proposal Buster and opened it in your computer, this is going to be your opening screen. Now, it's most important that you click Enable Content. And this will be the menu you start off with. Built within this tool is two other products, but the focus of this is going to be Proposal Buster. These two other products build off the same back-end database with some additional content. So select Proposal Buster. I also want to draw your attention to these instructions down here. You can access the video off the website and also download any up-to-date versions. Just remember, this is a moving target. We're constantly updating and improving the content, and if you're using this, it would be great if you could feed back into it just as you're developing it by sending back to me your comments and suggestions for inclusion in the next version. So let's figure out how to use Proposal Buster. We start by clicking on Proposal Buster. It's going to take a moment just to run through the database and reset everything. So it's just working through these 100,000 data nodes that I referred to earlier. This is basically your home menu. From here you can click Introduction and Instructions, which just gives you a little bit more detail about the background behind Proposal Buster and what it's intended to do and how to work it in narrative form. But clearly I suggest you use the YouTube video which you're watching now. At the top of each screen you're going to see a number of icons. This is the one you're going to use to navigate backwards and forwards to the proposal menu, which I have shown you a moment ago. Now I'm going to lead you through an example, and basically you can reflect this example on whatever sector and subsector you choose later on. So let's choose firstly from the drop-down menu as the primary programming approach. You can choose from development, disaster risk reduction, or emergency, or if you don't want to narrow your proposal down in particular in regard to any of these, you can leave it on the default select from drop-down menu. It will just mean you have more to choose from, which will obviously take longer. And what we're trying to do here is narrow your content down to that which is most appropriate for your setting. So I'm going to choose a proposal, an emergency response proposal, and from this list of sectors I'm going to choose a WASH proposal, and we're going to do an example taking water supply. Now if you took WASH above, that would give you basically all of these subsectors in relation to WASH and emergency response. But I just want to focus this proposal on water supply and hygiene promotion. Now you're going to see as we work through this that we select one at a time so that we build the proposal in a modular way and we can cross-check the information as we build it. So let's choose water supply. Now you'll see that all the other options blank out. Once you've done that, simply click Generate Report, and this is going to work through the database and select out just that content that is relevant to water supply. Let's click up at the top. From the 100,000 nodes, we have got this database drawing on 16,000 nodes. And so we've chosen our water supply. I've already pre-selected that as yes. And you see a whole series of goals that refer to emergency and water supply type proposals. Some are more general than others because some response proposals are more holistic than others, in which case you have to have a broader goal if you're including more sectors and subsectors. For this one, it's relatively narrow goal that we have, so I've selected off this goal and a range of indicators, goal indicators that relate to that goal. And beside each of these, we're just going to go and select from the menu and select yes against those statements and descriptions that we would like to pursue further as we flesh out this proposal. So we run through the whole narrative section, selecting those parts that interest you most. Sometimes when we're developing these proposals, we'll get together as a team and beam this up on the wall and run through these and discuss as we go along. And so you're going to go through all the typical proposal sections, beneficiaries and targeting. I've already selected those out that I like. Stakeholders and partners. Clearly we're going to be looking at government ministries. They're important to collaborate with various of the clusters, health cluster, WASH cluster. Some risks and assumptions, and a sort of basic M&E plan. So once we're satisfied with the narrative content, we want to get an idea of what type of things we're going to budget for a water supply proposal. Clearly sometimes in water supply we're going to do a lot of NFIs and distribution of jerry cans and buckets. We're not going to do that within this proposal, so none of these have been selected. What we will do is some drilling, and we're going to use contractors for this. So they will take care of all of the detailed content for drilling, which would need to be included below if we were doing implementation ourselves. Clearly within the program, we're going to have to do some training. We're going to need visibility things, various office costs, IT supplies, travel and transport, that's not a major problem, security here. And then a whole range of staffing requirements. Now the beauty of this as well is that we have mini descriptions for each of these positions, which also helps you in drafting up what this proposal contains. Once you're satisfied with that part, you would simply click back to your proposal menu. That clears the menu, but keeps those elements that we've already selected into our proposal. And now we would simply repeat the same process, emergency response, back into WASH, and we want to do hygiene promotion. And click generate report once again. I can just point out as the database is processing that we have this click to delete your selection. If you want to delete everything you've chosen and zero the whole thing, then click this little hand here. But mind, it clears all of your selection to date. So what we're going to do here is simply go through the same process but for hygiene promotion. So again, I had already pre-selected hygiene promotion. The goal that I'd selected meets the needs of both supply and hygiene promotion, and I've already put in a bunch of content in line with the different proposal sections. Same thing goes for the budget for the budget, which I go to here. So again, we would go through, we might want to supply some soap and various hygiene promotion IEC materials. I can also point out at this stage, beside each of the tables for narrative and budget, there's a column here for feedback. And you can return this to me by way of this email address or the other one that is on the home page. And your updated comment and suggestions will be inputted into the next configuration of Proposal Buster. Also, if you want to see the choices that you have made to date, you can click here to see your choices, or return to your default selection by clicking return here. And this little green on/off button will show according to which you've got selected at the time. Now I'm going to assume at this stage that we're just having a 2-subsector proposal and we are happy with our narrative and budget selections. Clearly this is not all you're going to have, but it's giving you a really great start to developing your proposal. And you are going to click this tick when your proposal is complete. So congratulations, you've now formulated your basic content. And your job is to add, refine, and contextualize your proposal to the specific situation and make it a winner. I guarantee you, by following through with this process in a couple of hours, if you're doing it in a group setting, or if you're doing it by yourself, probably less than an hour, you can have drafted up a proposal that would take basically a normal program officer up to a week to get to that point before starting on the detailed contextualization stuff. You've also got the benefit that you've started drafting up the whole proposal together, so it can all be iteratively programmed up at once. Now you're going to follow these instructions that I've given you clearly here, the narrative instructions and the budget instructions. I'm going to show you an example here for how you would transfer the narrative across. Now I'd suggest you do this section by section, and you would copy and paste the information into the donor format and then do your editing from there. So let's just click up here and start again. We can take the goals section, maybe just take those. We're not going to put the references in at this stage. Click to our Word document, paste, and use this function here. Use the destination style, and that's just a very simple format. And it's easy to take the information extracted out from here. And so you would simply go backwards and forwards, select your outcome type things, copy it, and then simply paste it back down here. We could even do it in a narrative format. It's not so neat. And then go back. For your budget, what I would suggest is that you would copy and paste this into an Excel spreadsheet and build it from there. You see, as I do this, it is just selecting those items that you selected, and that's pretty much it. Congratulations. It's as simple as that. You can make the proposal as complex as you like. As I say, the more things you choose, the more things you choose, the more options you have, the more combinations there are. So it's highly unlikely that you're going to get cookie cutter proposals that are the same each time, because it is building off a very big database. And again, this depends on community. If you're using this, then feed back into it, and let's make it great and raise the bar and provide our beneficiaries the best possible product that we can. Thanks for your time. I hope you enjoy using the product, and I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.